Hey there, it's Ian with Suntribe Trading. So if you're watching this video, congratulations on getting solar. You're probably thinking about SRECs and solar renewable energy certificates. Give you a quick run through about SRECs and how you can work with Suntribe to get paid for those. So Suntribe is an aggregator. We essentially help owners of solar systems get registered to make these certificates, renewable energy certificates, and we bundle those up and we sell those to the bulk buyers. In Virginia, that's going to be mostly Dominion, but there are aggregators that do this all around the country. Suntribe Trading is a specialist in the Virginia market, and we work with a number of installers and many homeowners to get this process figured out and get cash into your bank account for selling these certificates, which are an incentive to help you recoup some of the costs of your system. SRECs are separate from other types of credits. You might get credit on your energy bill because you're selling the excess energy back to the utility. That's separate from SRECs. It doesn't affect your SRECs. You might get tax credits. Those are separate from SRECs. If you haven't registered for SRECs, you should do it, even if you don't decide to monetize them, which we can talk about later. A renewable energy certificate, or some people call them renewable energy credits, they are equivalent to a finite amount of energy being made, 1 megawatt hour or 1,000 kilowatt hours. And a REC isn't actually energy, it represents the attribute of the energy that your system made, which is renewable, solar renewable. And so you have a system on your house that has a certain size, like 10 kilowatts. If it runs for 2 hours, it's gonna make 20 kilowatt hours. That's just a little bit about the math there. SRECs are used to differentiate electricity on the grid. Here we have electricity coming from solar arrays versus a dirty power plant. The energy that comes from the solar arrays would get the certificates, and that's what helps differentiate energy for buyers and sellers of energy. All right, so if you're referred to Suntribe, you may have already visited a page that looks a bit like this, where your installer may have pre-provided some information to us, or you may have filled out a form on our website and you may have landed on this page. This is a page where you can look into the various options for you to sell your SRECs. So Suntribe would register your system to make these certificates, and you would need to select the way you want to be paid for these certificates. So we offer 4 ways to be paid for your certificates: a 3-year and 5-year contracts have a fixed price per SREC that you make. For this particular system, which is 14.4 kilowatts in the example, we estimate conservatively that it would make about 17 RECs a year. And we also estimate when those SRECs would come quarterly. And so what you're looking at here below is the estimated payments that would be made to you for your SRECs for a 3-year annuity plus contract. And so let's say your system came online in the second quarter. If your system's been online already, you would have made some energy, which we can convert into SRECs. And so you'd be paid for those. Also, on this particular contract, you're paid for 4 quarters from the current quarter into the future. We're going to prepay for SRECs that we are very sure that your system will make, so that your initial payment that you receive includes any backlog SRECs and 1 year's worth of prepaid SRECs. That's captured here in the initial payment. So if you clicked and ultimately signed this contract, you'd be paid $1,352, which prepays you for your SRECs through Q4 or Q3 of next year, and then quarterly payments till the end of the quarter. If our estimates are a little bit off, we'll just true it up in this first quarterly payment. For this option, which is our most popular option, it has a mix of you get a good upfront amount and also a very stable price per rec for the next 3 years. And the contract's not too long, so in the 3rd year of the contract, you could switch over to a different contract or whatever you'd like. The 5-year is the same, just a different dollar amount per SREC in a longer contract. And it is important to note that these contracts, they start from the beginning of the current calendar year. So this contract is 3 years ending in the end of 2024. That's why sometimes if you look at the math, it says, well, it doesn't seem like 3 years worth of SRECs, especially if your system came online after the start of this year. All right, so those are the 3 and 5 year annuity plus deals. We also have a 15-year upfront deal. The current price is $240 per kilowatt DC. It's priced differently than the 3 and the 5 year. This is where you would sell 15 years worth of your SRECs to Suntribe, and then you paid one lump sum. In this case, it's $3,456, and then that's a very simple, straightforward way for those who want to be paid for all of that money up front. It will work out to a lower dollar amount per SREC, but you do get all that funding right away. And the fourth contract is the mint and sell contract. This is our spot market contract. And the spot market contract works differently than the other three, whereby after your system gets registered, we will back mint any backlog SRECs or retroactive RECs that your system may have made, and then we will basically collect and be the manager of SRECs that your system makes going forward. And as you collect those SRECs in your account, we will transact those for you at the spot market price, which is variable and volatile. And it's new. It's a new market in Virginia, so it's hard to say what the price will be going forward, but it's currently $65 at the time of recording the screencast. And we pay these out about every 1 to 4 months. In this contract, you can opt to automatically sell your RECs, or you can deauthorize the automated sale of those SRECs as well. We do charge a fee. This is separate from the 3 and the 5 and the 15. There's a fee per SREC. It's $5 or 5%, whichever is more, and that money was direct deposited into your account. For all of these contracts, we need to get your monthly energy readings from your inverter, and that's a process that we will figure out after you sign the contract. But Suntribe specializes in the automated collection of your energy through your inverter so that you don't have to submit to us monthly. Once you select the contract, you can preview the contract. You may have to enter additional information if we haven't gotten it. And here you can preview what the contract looks like. Make sure that your name is printed on there properly. And once you're ready to continue on with this particular contract, you press prepare, create a user account, and then it'll give you the digital contract. All right, once you get your passwords in there, click create account and prepare contract. Sign the contract. You can click the button start signing. Scroll down, put your today's date on there. If you put today's date, it still will get your backlog RECs. Accept and sign. Go to the next signature, which is a Schedule A form required to register your generator with the generation attribute tracking system. Sign and date, and finish. Once you finalize your contract, we'll take a couple days to review it, make sure everything looks right on the contract. In the meanwhile, you can link your bank account by using our service, Plaid. Contract is signed. Once your contract is signed, the process begins to register your system. It takes a couple weeks to make sure we have all the details straight. It'll just take a few days, but we'll register your system as soon as we have all the details we need. It takes about a week for your system to be registered in GATS. Once we get to the beginning of the next calendar month, we'll submit your energy readings, and then your SRECs would mint approximately a week to 10 days later. And once your SRECs are minted and in your account, that is the trigger for the initial payment for the annuity contracts to be sent when scheduled, or for your spot market transaction to be eligible, the first transaction to be eligible. And that's it. You get your payment deposited, and Suntribe will continually monitor your system and submit monthly energy readings and work to get the highest price per SREC in Virginia. Thanks.